The Lloydminster Heavy Oil Show is returning to the Lloyd X for their 20th edition here in 2022. The opening ceremonies are going to be taking place on September 13th, with the event following on the 14th and 15th of September. And I'm joined by Gerald Albers in his capacity as the Director of Protocol for the Lloydminster Heavy Oil Show Committee. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Albers. First of all, can you just share your excitement about having this event back here in Lloydminster?
Well, I think it's very exciting for the community, the industry, the people involved in it, and the people that see it happen each and every day. So we attempted to have the oil show back in 2020 to follow the schedule every 2 years. That was COVID, as we know, put a kink in that, followed by we tried to move it to 2021, same issue. But what we're planning for is a full show in 2022 here back in the city of Lloydminster.
Well, looking at the theme for this year, it's focusing forward in 2022. Can you share with us what people can expect from this year's show?
Well, certainly we all know where we've been, and I think moving forward, today the price of oil continues to move up and down, but it's moved significantly up from the last 2 years, if not more. So we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of interest. We're seeing technology that continues to evolve in the industry day in and day out, and this is going to be an opportunity to showcase that at the oil show. We're hoping, we're working on a guest speakers list right now for the opening banquet on the Tuesday night, the opening ceremonies, which will be a little different from traditional. We're looking more at a fireside chat to discuss the industry, followed by a luncheon where people will be able to buy tickets. We're just waiting on confirmation from the two ministers of energy in Alberta and Saskatchewan to have a forum from their perspective. So looking at the industry from the industry's eyes, as well as the government, the eyes of government from that perspective that are much closer to legislation, as well as some other things on an international scale. So it's going to be an exciting time for our city.
So as you said, the Heavy Oil Show hasn't been here in Lloydminster since 2018, and that's a lot of time and a lot has changed in our world. Can you share a little bit about how the industry has changed over these past 5 years?
Well, certainly the industry has gone through one of the lower spots in most people's careers in the oil and gas industry. It hasn't been a pleasant 5-6 years. Now, all of a sudden, you fast forward to $100 a barrel West Texas Intermediate, which pays very well to heavy crude Western Canadian Select here in Canada. We're now seeing a shortage of employees, a shortage of skilled labor, equipment. In some cases, it hasn't operated for some time. So there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. We're hoping that we'll have people come forward and say, hey, I want to get back into work in the oil and gas industry. Those jobs are available today, but there'll certainly be a discussion piece in September at the oil show. From the perspective, we've got businesses starting to rehire as they staff up to service and supply the oil and gas producers in our area. We've seen change with the Husky Energy now becoming Cenovus. That's a huge change in our community. So, and many others and producers that we've seen new producers start to show up as people are investing money, as well intermediate producers getting back into the game with capital, as well as the large producers. So it's great on all fronts that way. You know, the other challenging piece is where are we going with the environment? And I think that our industry here, the players, the people that make it happen each and every day, take the environment very seriously. And this will be an opportunity to showcase that firsthand to the community, but to the country as well as the world, because we hope to have some international guests as well attending the show that gives that opportunity to demonstrate that we produce ethically, environmentally clean oil. People say oil's not clean. Well, we drive vehicles on asphalt every day. We make the world's best asphalt right here in Lloydminster. So that heavy oil that surrounds us, it adds to that, as well as the work the upgrader does and things like that. There's no question that we have the opportunity to showcase some of the things that make Lloydminster great.
Lloydminster is best known as Canada's border city, but we're also known as the heavy oil capital of Canada. So can you shed a little bit of light on the importance of having this industry event here in Lloydminster?
Well, it certainly showcases the ingenuity that's come out of Lloydminster, the adapting. You know, talking to some of the gentlemen that started back in the late 40s, early 50s, and the pictures and the struggles they had trying to get that heavy, thick, gooey oil to somewhere. And, when you find out that we had asphalt shingle plants in our city, we've had another refinery, those kind of things. Now we've moved to where we are. The technology the transfer in that shorter period of time is absolutely incredible. We've had more inventions in this city than most people could even imagine around heavy oil production, from slant rigs to some of the work that some of the former companies have developed for moving sand, the flush by trucks. A lot of that work came out of this area, and that's terrific. And we need to tell that story. We need to tell that story, how we've been providing heavy oil and that ingredients, like I say, asphalt in particular, one of the primary bases, because we have a very high asphaltene level in our oil. So why that makes great asphalt? It sticks together and is produced. We need to tell that story over and over again. And it doesn't matter wherever we're at, but here's the opportunity to showcase it right here in Lloydminster and bring people together. And, it's nothing like bringing the old timers together to hear stories from them about how tough it was, because, we've made so many steps forward, but at the same token, we need to look back. But that's why we want to focus forward, is where are we going in the future?
Well, thank you, Gerald Albers, for taking some time to talk about this exciting event that's returning to the border city. And for those who are interested in registering a spot to come to the show, or maybe they're looking at booth opportunities or sponsorship opportunities, all that information can be found on the show's website at lhos.ca or calling the show office.